Hi, my name's Denise McCabe and I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia on the New South Wales Central Coast, and this is my Makeup Monday for Monday the 7th of October 2024. We have a long weekend in New South Wales this weekend, so I hope everyone's enjoying the public holiday and maybe getting some crafting time in. So today we're going to make a fun fold card. It's one I've made a while ago, but I thought I'd revisit it because it's quite a fun fold and I thought you might enjoy it. So I've got a couple of samples and then we'll make one, and I've also got a bit of housekeeping, bit of promotions and specials that are going on in the Stampin' Up world, so I've got to tell you about that. So let's go down to the craft desk and we can get started. Okay, first of all, there is a stamp sale, 3-day stamp sale starting today, Monday the 7th of October, going through to Wednesday the 9th. So you've got 3 full days for the stamp sale, and you can order any stamp in the annual catalogue. Let me just find my annual catalogue, it's buried. So any stamp in the annual catalogue, this catalogue, will be 15% off for those 3 days, the 7th, 8th and 9th of October. It does not include the bundles. So it doesn't include the bundles, the stamp sets, but not the bundles. So just remember that. So if you've got any questions, just let me know. So these are ones that have carried over and they're not bundled anymore. So if you want the stamp sets, you can get them at 15% off. So that's the first promotion that's happening. For the month of October, all the kits in the kits collection are 30% off. So if you're wanting any of the kits, I'd suggest buying them this month because they're 30% off. Anybody who wants to do the Christmas ornament kit with me in November, I suggest you buy that this month. It's normally $44, but at the moment it's 30% off, which I think it comes down to about $39 something. So if you're wanting to do that class with me, just let me know and I can buy that kit for you during the month of October. Okay, so that's that one. Now the other thing that's happening in the month of October is there's a starter kit special. So if you want to be a happy shopper and get a discount on your products, you can join Stampin' Up. You do not have to run classes and you do not have to do videos. You can just do your own thing. So for the month of October, you'll get $286 worth of product and you'll only pay $169. So it's an extra $51 of added value in your starter kit. You also get the free business supplies and free shipping. Now if you don't want the business supplies, you can't take them out, they just automatically come to you. That's a pack of catalogues and well, it used to be order forms, but it's not order forms anymore. So it's probably just a pack of catalogues now. So if you're interested in that, just message me and we can have a chat about that. So that's all our housekeeping stuff. Okay, so this is the card I made previously. Now this is called a double box fun fold card. Can you see? This is one box and this is 2 boxes. So I made this a while ago using product that has now retired. But this is a really cool fun fold because you can stand it landscape, or you can make it and stand it portrait. So it's a really cool card because you can have it go either way. And also when it goes down flat, no, it doesn't go, maybe you could go this way. It fits into a standard envelope for mailing. So you don't fold it that way because it's going to be too long for your envelope, so you fold it back onto itself and it fits in an envelope for mailing. So I really like fun folds that can fit in a standard envelope because then you don't have the extra postage. I just noticed my camera is a little bit too far over that way. I'll have to move over. So yes, so this is called a double box fun fold card, and you can make them landscape or portrait. And this is on the back is where you'd write your greeting to the recipient on the back of your card. So if you're not using a white card base, you can just do a panel of white cardstock to put it on the back. So we're going to make one of those again. So this one I made using online exclusive product. It's the Seasons of Green and Gold Specialty Designer Series paper, and I've used the Peaceful Seasons, is that what it's called? Peaceful Season? I think it is. Stamp set and dies, the bundle in the mini catalogue for this one. And I've threaded a little bit of gold foil through this particular die, and I added some drucery dots. I think that's how you say it. But yeah, it's really cool card. If you've got directional paper, you just have to be mindful of how you cut it, because if you're going to do it landscape, this paper's got to be cut a different way, because otherwise if I did this one landscape and cut the paper this way, my ferns are going side on. So just be mindful of how you cut your paper. Okay, so these are the measurements of what you will need. And these measurements are in metric. So the card base, or the bottom box, is 23.5 centimeters by 10.5 centimeters, and it's scored at 0.6 centimeters, 3.2 centimeters, 7 centimeters, and 9.5 centimeters. The top box is 13 centimeters by 8.9 centimeters, and it's scored at 1 centimeter and 3.5 centimeters. The Designer Series paper layers for the bottom box, it's 13.4 by 10 centimeters, 3.2 by 10 centimeters, and 2 centimeters by 10 centimeters. And the Designer Series paper layers for the top box is 8 centimeters by 8.8 and 8 centimeters by 2 centimeters. So I'll just leave that there if you want to take a screenshot of those measurements. So I'll just wait for a minute. Okay, so let's put it to one side. So what I have here is I have the Winter Meadow Designer Series paper, which is from the annual catalogue, and I'm going to use the Decorative Trees bundle that's in the holiday catalogue. So that's what I'm using. So I've got all my pieces already cut and prepared. So let me just, that goes there. So I've got a tree and I've got a banner cut. Okay, so we're going to do this one landscape. So we're going to turn it around, and I'm just going to crease my score lines and get them all nice and scored. This one's a very tiny one. I thought about redesigning that to make that a little bit bigger, that edge, because that's going to fold back like so, like that. So this piece of paper is going to go under here. I'm going to attach that at the back of the card. This piece is going to go here. And this little piece is going to go on the side. Now when I make it a portrait card, I put that piece in there rather than on the bottom, because that's just the base of the card. I don't want Designer Series paper on that. I put it in here. But when you're making it landscape, that's not the base, this piece here, so that looks nice decorated. I'll show it on this one. See, looks nice when it's decorated. And this one in here, when it's landscape, doesn't matter so much that there's no paper on that. If you really wanted to, you could put another piece of paper in there. That's the 2 centimeter strip. I think it's 2 centimeters. Yes. So if you really wanted to, you could put another piece of paper in there on your landscape card. But I don't think it's necessary. So let's get our paper onto. You've got to put your paper on before you can put the next box on top, because otherwise you won't get your paper in. Okay, so I'm just going to use my glue. This one's nearly empty, but it's still hanging in there. So that's good. So it's not a public holiday in all states of Australia. I don't believe it's a public holiday in Queensland. I could be wrong. And I don't believe it's in Western Australia. But New South Wales, yes. And that's where I am. So that's going to go like that. So I'm going to just open my card up, because this is where I want to put these two pieces. It's easier to do it that way. So I'm going to pop it on that panel, and I'm going to pop this one on the side panel. But if you're doing it portrait, you would pop, I'm putting it on this one, see, for landscape. If you were doing it portrait, you'd put it on this one, but your paper would have had to have been cut a different way. Okay, so that's that. So that's going to fold back around, and I am going to put a little bit of tape on this side. And yeah, that's the way it's going to go. So let's do that now. Let's grab my tape. I'm going to just use some very skinny double-sided tape. This is not a Stampin' Up product, but it's just something I have in my stash. So I think it's 3 millimeters wide, and it's just really good for those very fine edges. I'm just going to burnish that down, and I'll pull that off. Okay, so the easiest way I found, how did I find it to do? I'm just thinking. See, because you want it to go like this. It's a little bit fiddly, but once you get it, see how I'm standing it up to get my little box forming, and just press it down, get your bone folder in. That's why it's easy to do with a little bit of skinny tape, and press that. Okay, see, and now it stands, and we've got our paper here, our paper there, our paper there, and that's a little bit of the backing paper that you can see in there. If you wanted to, as I said, you could put another 2 centimeter strip of paper there. I don't think it's necessary, because when the card's made, I just don't think you need to, but you can. Okay, so this is going to be our top box. So let me burnish my folds for the top box. Okay, and so this is going to go this way, and we're going to attach it to the card base like so. So make sure you've got it the right way round before you put your paper on. And this is just a little skinny piece for that. So let's attach our paper. This long weekend has been quite warm. It's nice to have a little bit of warmer weather. It's starting to creep in. And I did notice on my walk this morning that the jacarandas are starting to flower. So that's nice. I love jacaranda trees. Okay, so let me put a little bit of glue. This is really coming to the end. I bet you I'll get glue spurtage with this piece, because that just sort of came out a little bit too much then. Oh no. No, I didn't. It's a miracle. Okay, so this one's going to fold back round to form the second box, the double box, and this is how we're going to put it onto our card. So basically I just want to put a little bit of glue behind this part of the top box, and I'm going to put some tape on this one. So let me grab my tape. I will use my thicker tear and tape. for this piece because it's a bit wider and I don't want it to fall apart. So that's that. So I'll just burnish that down, and I just want to measure it up again. So I want it to sort of be like so. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue down here that's about 1 centimetre wide. I think I'm getting, no, give it a good shake and it still comes out. Okay, so I'm just going to attach it like so, evenly spaced top and bottom. I'll just hold that in place while it adheres, and I don't think I've got any glue overage. Is that even a word? Okay, so let's go back to, now I want to take my tape off, and once again this is a little bit tricky but it's doable. You just sort of hold it up to where you want your box to form, and when you've got it where you want it, just press it down and then get your bone folder in to burnish it into place. I hope that made sense and you could see what I was doing. So now you've got your double box, but it's landscape. That one's portrait. So now you've got your double box. How cool is that? So now I've already cut some of my trees out. This is my backing piece that I'm going to put on the back. I've already cut a couple of trees out from the Decorative Trees bundle. And because this paper, the Winter Meadow paper's got, like, I really love the trees. I love this piece of paper out of the pack. And I thought I'd put some snowflakes because it's wintry. I know we don't have a wintry Christmas here, I know. But you know, what can you do when you like the paper so much? So let me just pop that glue away. And I've got, now this glimmer paper, it's so sparkly and pretty, is in the online exclusive section. And it is called Berry Burst Old Olive and White. And you get one 12 by 12 sheet of each piece of paper. And it's $10.50. So if you're looking for that, just go into the Stampin' Up website or my online store and type in glimmer paper, and this will come up, and then you'll be able to add it to your shopping cart. Okay, so, and I've got adhesive sheet on the back of this, so I'm just going to pull my adhesive sheet off, and it pretty much leaves all the bits I don't want on the backing piece, and the rest comes off. Now just make sure all the bits, okay, so there's a couple of pieces here that didn't come out, so I'll just poke them out. Okay, now they're stuck to my fingers because they're sticky. And I am going to attach this to my tree base. So I'm going to start, where's my adhesive, not my adhesive sheet, my silicone mat. That would be better to grab that. Okay. So that's rubbish. Okay, so now I'm going to start at the top, attach it to the top of my tree base, and because it's got adhesive on the back, I can just work it into the shape of the tree. I do think this bundle does require you to have adhesive sheet because it just makes life a lot easier. But here is a piece I don't want there. Get out. You're not welcome. Okay. Okay, and then just press it down and it will adhere to your tree base and look all sparkly. See? I don't know if you can see the sparkle, but it is, promise, it's sparkling. Now I'm going to put that there up on dimensionals. Get rid of all these little bits that'll stick to everything if I don't get rid of them. So let me grab my, so it's not much stamping in this card, it's just a fun fold that I really enjoyed. And I thought I'd revisit it and make it again. So I'm going to put that one, I'll put that one there, and you know what, I am going to grab a small one for the top of the tree. And I'll get the backs off. Okay, and I'm going to just place this on my card. I've got a banner here that I'm going to do some heat embossing on, so I don't want to put it too far over. I'll move it over a little bit, and then my banner can go here. Pretty sure that will work. Yes, yes, I will put it there. Okay, so you can squish your card down and then stick your tree on like so. And I just thought that the snowflake fine detail one looked good with this paper. Okay, so now I've cut a little banner from the Deckled Rectangle dies. They're in the annual catalogue. They're a really good die pack to have because quite often you just want a little rectangle, and that's what I wanted today. So let's just get our little heat embossing toolkit, and I'm going to use my embossing buddy and just dab it over my cardstock. If you haven't seen heat embossing before, this is how we do it. I'm going to grab my Versamark, and I'm going to use the Sentiment Oh Christmas Tree because I think that's appropriate. Okay, there we, if I can get into it, there we go. Oops. Okay, so I shall pop it on my long block. Now this has got a swirly font and a straight font. So if you're wanting to get the stamp straight, go with the line of the word tree, because that is your straight font. I'm just making sure I'm doing it right. Okay, and I've got the new embossing powders from Stampin' Up. These are the Wow embossing powders. So this is the basics, I think. It's clear black and ebony, black and white, but there's also a metallics, and this is so much better. As you can see from this one, it's really powerful, would that be a word? Powerful embossing powder compared to the old white embossing powder that I've got. So I just thought I'd get some to see what it was all about. So I'm just inking it up with Versamark. Versamark is a sticky ink, and it makes the embossing powder attached to it. So I'm just going to put that there, and I'm going to use the tree, the word tree in my sentiment to try and get it straight, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Okay. Yes, that's pretty good. Okay, so you want to get your tweezers from your heat embossing kit, toolkit, and just hold your little sentiment. Get your white embossing powder out and just sprinkle it over the top, and it will attach to that ink. See? Oops, just don't knock it off. So I'm going to put another layer on just in case I missed anywhere. I don't think I did. Oh, now the dog next door's barking. I hope Rosie doesn't start. Now I've got a bit too much powder on just near my M. So I am going to get a really... Yeah, see, Rosie started. Sorry guys. She's just got to have her 2 cents worth. Okay, so I am going to get a little fine paintbrush and just get rid of that before I put the heat gun onto it. Well, now the other dog next door started. I guess they're having a conversation, aren't they? So, you know, I've been able to get rid of that bit of powder there. So before I heat emboss, I'm going to put this back into my little container. They're funny. So we went up to our son's yesterday and had a barbecue with them. Our recently engaged son. And that was really nice. But, or not but, Stephanie's got a German short-haired pointer. Dougie is huge compared to Rosie, and I'm not sure if Rosie knew what to do. Okay, so I'm just going to rest that back in there. Now I'm just going to grab my heat tool and I'm going to heat emboss. Now this is a little bit loud, so I'm sorry about that, but it won't take long. Okay, let me just try and put that back up there without it falling down. No, it's trying to fall down. Okay, so that's our little banner. Now I've got a few little speckles of white embossing powder, but you know what? That doesn't really matter. I can cover them up with an embellishment, or it's just snow. So let's pop that and that and put that back in there. Okay. And I don't need my Versamark ink again. I will just clean off my stamp. Okay, and pop it back in my stamp case. And I am going to get the Oh Christmas Tree out. There's another Season's Greetings in this stamp set, which is a really nice one to have as well. Okay, so that one's going to go onto this block. I'm ready for the back piece. Okay, now let me just see if I need to put that up on dimensionals. I don't think I will actually, because it's going to bump into there. So I think I'll put it flat, but I'll move it down so that we can see these trees here. So let me grab my little bit of glue. I think we come to the end. I really think we have come to the end of that. But you know, I might be able to get a little bit more squirt out of it yet. Okay, so I'm going to just pop, I'm going to put that down flat, because then it's easier to place. And I'm going to just put it in here. There we go. Look at that. How nice. And I'm going to grab my Misty Moonlight ink for my back panel. I think I'll just stamp a Very Merry Christmas on it. I don't think I'll stamp anything else. think I'll just stamp it over here. And once again, this has got a curly font to it as well, but if you follow the straight line of the bottom of Christmas, you should be able to get it straight, she says. I think I did. Yay. Okay. And I will just clean that off. Oops, it's getting a bit grimy. I think I'll need to give that. If your photopolymer stamps don't stick to your blocks because of excessive use, just wash them with a little bit of soapy water. Just the hand pump soap that I have in my bathroom, I just sort of put a little bit of that in my hand and I just give it a bit of a wash, and then they re-stick again. So it's not a problem. Okay, so I'll pop that there. And let's turn this over, and we're going to, I've got a bit of embossing powder dust. It's like sand, you know how sand gets into everything? Okay, I'll put this over here, and no, I think that's gone. Next, you watch this run out profusely. There we go. Okay, and I am going to, and the other thing that started this weekend was daylight saving. So we've put our clocks, whoops, forward an hour. Is that right? I think that's what we did to give us another hours of daylight at the end of the day. Does that make it, or have we put them back? No, I think we've put them back. I know I put it the right way. That's all that matters. Okay, so that's a double box fun fold card. Let's just grab some embellishments. I think the embellishments that work really well for this would be silver, or just good old rhinestones, or the iridescent pearls. They're quite nice. Ooh, what else is there? That's pretty peacock. Let's have a look. There could be something else in my little book. Okay, we could use the tinsel gems. That's got Misty Moonlight in it. Or we could use the iridescent pearls, or we could use basic rhinestones. You know what? Because this glimmer paper is like iridescent, I'm going to go with the iridescent pearls. So let me put this one back in here. And move my little book away. Okay. So I'm going to grab one. So there's small and medium really in these. Come on, off you come. I'm going to put one here. And I might do the little ones. I might put one up here. And one down here. So that's our card for today. A double box fun fold card. That's landscape. This one is portrait. So the only thing you have to watch is if your paper that you're using is directional, make sure you cut it the right way, because you don't want your trees on their side or your fern on its side. So I hope you enjoyed that. It's not a hard fun fold. I guess the trickiest part is just attaching that little piece in there and that little piece in there to make the two boxes, but it's not that hard. So I really hope you have a go at that. So let's go back to my, there we go, my mouse was already sitting on my face view, so I hope you enjoyed that. Now don't forget, there is 30% off the kits for the month of October, kit collection. So if you've got any kits in there that you'd really like, grab them this month. There's a stamp sale from today, Monday the 7th of October to Wednesday the 9th. 15% off any stamp set in the annual catalogue. And there's the starter kit promotion as well. So month of October. So if you thinking you're spending a lot on your craft supplies and you'd like to join, this is a really good promotion to do so. So I hope you enjoyed that card. Double box double box fun fold card. Hope you liked it. And that's her back. That's where you'd write to your, whoops, there we go. That's where you'd write to your person that you're giving it to. And as I said, it fits, fold it flat this way, and it fits in a standard envelope. So thank you for watching, everyone. Hope you have a great week. It's a short working week. If you're a full-time worker, my weeks are always short for work. Yay! So have a great week, everyone, and I will see you on Wednesday afternoon at 3 p.m. for Card and a Cuppa. And don't forget the stamp sale, Monday the 7th, Tuesday the 8th, Wednesday the 9th. Thanks, everyone. Bye for now.